Alright, Harry, you got your makeup on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look really excellent, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll give you the word picture.
Okay.
I'm a full licence holder.
Okay.
And I've got one of these assessments next week. And if I pass, I get a better car, yeah?
That's nice for you.
Yeah. But the place where I'm taking this assessment has got loads of pedestrian crossings and loads of roundabouts.
Okay.
So I'd like you to look at my pedestrian crossings today.
Yes.
And I'd like you to look at the use of my signals by indicator only.
Okay.
So if you want to go from there, any questions?
Yeah. Okay then, Tony. So I'm your instructor for today because your instructor's away today.
No, I don't have an instructor.
Oh, you don't have an instructor? Oh, right. Yeah, no, you don't do your full licence holder, don't you?
Yeah, full licence holder, yeah.
So what I'm going to do today is look at your use of indicators by indicator.
Use signals by indicator.
Yeah, signal by indicator rather. Sorry. And just look at your sort of how you approach and deal with pedestrian crossings.
Right.
And obviously any help you need, I'll talk you through.
Yep.
Or give you any help.
Yep.
As needed. Okay. Have you got any questions for me? Anything you're not sure about?
No. So you're aware of the fact that I'm a full licence holder, yeah?
I am, yes.
Okay. And this is the only opportunity I'm going to get.
Yeah.
To sort out any problems that might occur, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, if you'd care to set yourself up for me, make sure you're comfortable in your seat, and you can obviously reach and operate all the pedals.
DSSM, haven't I?
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. What are you checking your head restraint for? You just checked it.
I'm just checking that. My head doesn't go over the top. I don't get whiplash, do I?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then before you start up, that's him. Just tell me what you see in that middle mirror, please.
Oh, you see the top and bottom of the back window, the edge of my headrest, the edge of your headrest.
Okay, and the door mirrors.
Oh, you see 10% car and the rest down the road. 10% car and the rest down the road.
Lovely. Okay then. So, do your checks and start up when you're ready.
Alright.
That's good. And well done for not signalling there to pull away.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. Because if you've signalled there and we've got the mouth of the junction, any vehicles coming out, it could be confusing.
Alright.
Okay. You've been driving for long?
Yeah, about 25 years.
So you've got quite a bit of experience, haven't you?
Oh, loads, yeah.
And have you ever had your driving assessed before going at me? Other than obviously doing your normal L test?
No.
That's it. Okay, so not really necessary for a signal there, okay, Tony?
Not really.
Not really necessary for a signal because...
but I can do if I want to. Then,
yeah, just... If you can't do, no, the thing is, Tony, your vehicle position is your form of signal. And if you're signalling to pull out between parked vehicles, it can be confusing, especially if you've got a road junction on the right here. Other vehicles think you're turning.
No, just when you said that it wasn't really necessary.
Yeah.
It sounded like if I wanted to do it, I could.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
And we're going to turn right, please.
And at the end of the road, turn right, please, for me. Thank you. Turn right for me, please. right there, I would say you've been a little bit late with your indicator. Do you know how many car lengths you should put the indicator on, roughly?
6, 7?
About 5 or 6 car lengths back from the junction. But be aware of any side roads. You don't want to be signalling before a side road if you're going to turn right at the end of the road, or left, whatever it may be, because if you do that, what do you think the consequence is going to be?
Sorry, what was the question again?
If you signal, say left or right, for the end of the road, and there's a road junction, and you signal before the road junction, what do you think the problem's going to be?
You mean if there's a junction before the one I want to take?
Yeah, basically.
I suppose it could confuse people.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it?
So maybe it's my interpretation that 6 or 7 car lengths is wrong.
Yeah, it's about, say, average car length, about, 6 or 7 of these.
Maybe I'm not judging the 6 or 7 car lengths.
Okay.
Right, could that be a problem? And we're going to turn left.
I'm going to turn left here, so where's the signal now?
And at the roundabout, we're going to turn right, please.
And we're turning right at the roundabout, please. So you signal about now. But as a guide, see the lines, you don't go down the road, but you can use the lines as a guide for car lengths. So when you're probably about the 5th line from the roundabout, or the junction, put the signal on then.
Yeah, I think I've got it now. I was just... My 6 or 7 car lengths just wasn't about right, was it?
No. So you see these lines? Just think of them as a car length. And then when your nose of the car's up to about the 5th one, you bung the indicator on then.
Okay.
You'd put the indicator on then as a guide. Okay, what was the signal for?
I'm crossing the centre line. I have to signal if I'm crossing the centre line, don't I?
Yeah, no, don't bother. Basically, because your position is pretty obvious. You have to go over that anyway. To other drivers, it's just confusing.
Yeah, when you say don't bother, or it doesn't really matter, does that mean that I mustn't do it, or I should do it, or whatever? Now
yeah, you mustn't. Right. You mustn't do it. You turn right here, please. Yeah, you mustn't do it because it's just not necessary, and also it's confusing.
Yeah, I just don't want to go in to this assessment next week and fail because people have got different opinions. So you're saying that I shouldn't indicate the ground park cars, even though I've got across the...
Right, park vehicles, okay. Even if you've got to cross the centre line, there's no need to be indicating to go past parked cars or move back in, because your road position is your form of signal. If you're indicating, and especially if there's a road junction on the right or on the left when moving back, if there was a vehicle wanting to pull out, your indicator, they could think you're turning down the road, pull out at you, and could cause an accident.
Yeah, I'm just a bit confused about...
So it isn't necessary?
No, I'm just a bit confused about there's no need to.
You don't... Yeah, you don't do it.
I don't do it.
Yeah, you don't do it. The only exception to that could possibly be if you were going past a parked car and there's someone waiting in the car.
We're going to turn left.
Turn left at the end of the road for me, please. Then you may possibly give a right signal, but then you've got to be careful of any road junction on the right. You know.
No, that's a zebra crossing.
Yeah, that's a pelican crossing.
Oh, pelican crossing.
Yeah. Do you know the difference difference between a pelican and a puffin crossing?
No.
Yeah, the pelican's got the flashing amber light.
Is there any way I can tell then?
Have you got the box on the top?
The box?
You got the little camera box.
I've noticed they've got some of them.
Keep your hands on the wheel, okay? You've got pedestrian, so don't wave anyone across for me. That's it.
I noticed they've got.
Yeah, so just check both sides for me. That's it.
I noticed they've got different boxes, some of them. Now we're going to turn right. Some have got.
Now we're turning right at the roundabout.
Some have got red flashing, red lights on them, and some have got green, yellow, white signs on them.
Yeah, the ones with the yellow white signs are the pelican crossings.
Alright.
So okay, keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your hands on the wheel. Don't wave them.
No, just stop for them.
No, you've got you've actually got their priority. That island is just a safety haven for them to wait. You haven't got to stop there. But well done for not waving them across. What would be the danger of waving a pedestrian across?
I'm not too sure, Harry.
Well, if you wave them across and there's a vehicle coming the other way, then what do you think is going to be the consequences?
I'm not too sure.
Well, they could get hit, couldn't they? You wave Joe Bloggs across the road and there's a vehicle speeding the other way and you haven't seen the vehicle, he's going to get run over, isn't he?
I'm going to turn left, please. And we're going to turn left.
And turn left here, please. So do you know what sort of crossing this is here we're approaching?
Oh, zebra.
Yeah. Okay.
I can always remember them because it's a black and white thing.
Okay. If there's someone...
And we're going to turn left.
Okay, turning left, please. If there's someone waiting at the crossing, do you know what the rules are?
Oh, I'd stop.
Yeah, if there's someone waiting at the crossing, you should stop. But if they've actually stepped onto the crossing, then you must stop and give way to them. And turn left at the end of the road, please.
So I've got any way of telling if somebody's pressed this button or not?
Yeah, because it will light up.
What will?
The wait sign will light up.
It hasn't got a wait sign in these.
It just displays the red.
What kind of a crossing is this?
This is a pelican crossing.
Oh, it's got different boxing.
Yeah, it's the newer style one. They changed the style of them slightly.
Is it definitely called a pelican then?
Yeah, that's a puffin, I think, actually.
You're not too sure then?
Not 100% sure, but essentially the way you deal with them, whether it's a puffin or pelican, isn't really important, you know, because the basic way of how you deal with both crossings is the same. If it's a pelican, it will have the flashing amber light, which, do you know what the flashing amber light means?
And we're going to turn right.
And turn right here, please.
Flashing amber light?
Yeah.
On what?
On the pelican crossing.
Oh, does that mean I can go if the cross is clear?
That is correct, yeah.
So I've got no way of telling whether I'm coming up to a puffin or pelican crossing then. And I've got no way of telling if those lights are going to change or not. Is that right?
Yeah, one's got the box and one hasn't.
No, they've both got boxes, haven't they?
Well, it's got that box on the top, hasn't it? You know, that thing that looks like a camera.
Yeah, but how do I know that?
Well,
is there any way I can tell if somebody's pressed a button?
Well, if it's one with the wait sign, it will illuminate the word wait.
All right. And which crossing is that on?
And that will be on a pelican crossing.
Right.
But you do also get the wait box on the puffin crossing as well.
I haven't seen wait on a puffin crossing. And we're going to turn right.
And turn right here, please.
Oh, I think I remember reading somewhere, because I did a bit of a brush up on the highway code the other day, went into WH Smith's and bought one. If they press the button on the puffin crossing, where they press the button, a little red light comes on.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Hmm.
That's kind of a useful bit of information to me as I approach the crossing, isn't it?
Yeah, because the red light means to stop.
No, the red light by the button. So I know that they've pressed the button, yeah?
Alright.
Because I might be standing there just having a natter and not press the button, wouldn't I?
Hmm.
So we're coming up to that's a puffin crossing ahead of us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a puffin one.
Oh, they've just pressed the button and it's where the button is, it's gone red.
Yeah, the red man's illuminated.
No, underneath the red man.
Yeah, you got the little bit of red, then you got underneath, haven't you? But it's quite a bright red, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the button is.
Yeah.
Just so press it.
Oh yeah, the little dot, isn't there? Red dot. Do you know anything about these zigzag lines, Tony?
Oh, I can't park, can I?
No, you can't. You must not stop or park your vehicle on the zigzag lines at any time. Okay, you must make sure that you keep, you don't wait on the zigzag lines.
Oh, so I can't stop at a crossing then?
You can't. Yeah, you can stop at a crossing for the pedestrians, but you mustn't park or wait on the zigzag lines. Like, you can't park and nip into the post office, or sort of drop off a passenger on the zigzags, because if you are on the zigzags, you're then restricting the view to the crossing.
Yeah, it's okay to park on the zigzags the other side of the crossing now, isn't it?
Either side.
Well, I'm not causing any obstruction if I park the other side on the zigzags the other side, am I?
Oh yeah, the other side. Yeah, you can't park at all where the crossing is.
So why is it bad to park the other side of the zigzags past the crossing?
Because it blocks the view to the crossing.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
Yeah. If you do that, then anyone who's crossing, you're just making it unsafe, aren't you, for them?
Oh, right.
The other thing with any type of crossing is, doesn't matter what sort it is, if you're in a line of traffic, then you must not sit on the crossing. Now, if you're in a line of slow moving traffic, it's important that you don't sit actually on the crossing, because otherwise then pedestrians have got to go round you and it makes it unsafe. If you've got a blind person who's crossing, they could knock into your car.
Alright.
So do you know what sort of crossing this is we're approaching now?
Oh, it looks like one of those pelicans, isn't it?
It is a pelican, yes. And we've got a green light. What do we need to be aware of when we approach the crossing, when we can see the green light?
Well, not going to change, is the wait sign's not on, is it?
No, it's not going to, but okay, if the wait sign was lit, what would we be aware
Well,
of?
I'd be expecting to change, wouldn't I?
So, another crossing coming up now. So it's gone to red now, so don't accelerate up to the crossing, just ease off slightly, because you may well change. If you're not going to change, you're going to have to stop.
Do I have to check the mirrors on me first, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you have to check the mirrors before slowing down or speeding up. I'll just get you to come off the gas a bit for that crossing, the lights there, because then they may well change to green. You can just slip into the lower gear and keep the car moving, you know, be a bit more eco-friendly. So we're taking the next road on the left, please, Tony.
That's the crossing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a crossing there.
Oh, is it built into the traffic lights or something?
Yeah, it's what we call a combined crossing.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's basically a set of traffic lights that...
and we're going to turn left.
Turn left to the next road, please. It's a set of traffic lights which control a road junction.
Yeah.
But what they've done, they built in a pedestrianised element to it. And they generally will have to them a puffin light phase.
Puffin light phase, what does that mean?
Basically means that they are set up the same way as the puffin lights. They sort of, you know, there's no flashing amber basically. It's not like a pelican crossing. Right. The light sequence is the same.
Okay, right, that makes sense. So it'd be the normal traffic light sequence.
Yeah.
So you said about not stopping on the crossings, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not illegal though, is it?
Yeah, it is actually illegal. Yeah, it is actually illegal to stop on
I might get a parking ticket.
Well, you could get more than a parking ticket. You could get 3 points on your driving licence.
Get away.
And a £60 fine as well.
Get away.
I mean, unless you get a really soft copper who catches you do it, you know, he may very well let it go. But, you know, essentially, yeah, you'd get 3 points and a £60 fine.
There you go.
It's a bit more serious than a parking offence.
Alright. Now we're going to turn left.
And at the end of the road, turn left for me, please. So you're getting those signals quite well, aren't you?
Yeah.
And the timing's better, which is good.
Yeah, I think you helped me at the beginning by telling me when to signal, and then I was able to work out what 6 or 7 car lengths was.
Yeah. Self-analysing, isn't it? You know.
What?
Self-analysing.
Alright. And we're going to turn right.
So, I'm turning right at the end of the road. So check your mirrors now on the approach here.
I don't have a problem with checking mirrors.
Okay.
Oh, is this a crossing?
Yeah, this is one of these combined crossings.
Oh, I see the box there, yeah.
So you got the box there.
Obviously nobody used them there because they didn't light up, did it?
Yeah. So, can you tell me what crossing we're coming up to now?
It looks like it might be a pelican.
It is a pelican, yes. Got the green light, as we can see.
Well, look at the box on the right. I can't see any white sign lit up, so nobody's pressed it and run away.
Yeah.
I bet you used to do that as a kid, didn't you?
I probably did. Did you?
No. You probably still did, didn't you?
No, I don't do that sort of thing. This is what we talked about earlier. We touched on it briefly. See the island in the middle of the road? That is a safety haven. So if there's anyone waiting in that island, then you still have priority. But if they've actually stepped onto your side of the road, then you must then give way to them.
Right, yeah.
Okay. And as I said earlier, we don't wave anyone across at any type of crossing, or in general anyway, because it is dangerous. Yeah, if you wave someone across and there's a car coming the other way, then they could get run over. Right, this here, the crossing which went across here, which was a zebra, island in the middle, do we treat that as one crossing or 2 separate crossings?
There's 2 crossings?
It's 2 crossings, yeah.
Right. Now we're going to turn right.
So, we're going to be turning right here, please, Tony.
a lot to learn, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I mean, there is quite a lot to learn, you know.
So will this assessor be looking at how I handle pedestrians only at crossings, or will he be looking at how I handle pedestrians in general?
He will be looking at how you handle pedestrians at crossings, but he will also be looking at how you handle pedestrians in general.
Alright.
Okay.
So obviously I don't want to knock over a pedestrian in between crossings, yeah?
No. You know, like, see these people on the pavement, they're pedestrians, so...
Oh yeah, I know what pedestrian looks like.
Yeah. I know, I'm just doing it so that the speech sort of flows better. So, they are, you know, they're not a hazard because they're on the pavement, but they're a sort of a potential hazard. But if they were sort of hovering near the edge of the curb, or they look like they were going to step out, you'd sort of treat them with a bit of caution. You know, you'd have priority.
Right.
But you'd go with caution, you know. Is it just pedestrian crossings and use signals, this assessment? I mean, surely with this assessment you're doing, there'd be more to it than that.
That's all he told me he was looking at.
Okay.
He's meant to be a bit of a bugger for these.
I mean, usually when I assess people for driving, I just assess their general
driving. I can only go by the letter I got.
Oh, fair enough.
I haven't even met the bloke, so...
You spoke to him on the phone?
No, could even be a woman, actually.
Have you had a woman assess your driving?
No, I've never had a driving assessment before. I suppose you could have wore that blonde wig today and could have given me a bit of practice being assessed by a woman, wouldn't it?
Yeah, could have done.
No, please don't.
Do you know what crossing we're approaching now?
No, it's a zebra.
Okay, so keep your hand on the wheel. So you look at this car here, right, what do you think is done wrong there? The Mondeo.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's on the crossing, okay?
3 points in your licence, mate. And we're going to turn left.
And turn on the left for me, please.
And we're going to turn right.
And turn right at the end of the road for me, please.
Turn left at the roundabout.
And at the roundabout, turn left for me, please.
That's a zebra crossing.
That's a zebra there, yeah. Do you know what sort of crossing we're coming up in a moment? See the green lights up ahead?
Oh, yeah. It's a pelican, isn't it?
Yes, here's a pelican, yes. And we've got the white box, which, does it look like it's been lit? You see that's what it is. There was a pelican. You see the flashing amber light?
Oh, yeah.
Just a moment ago. The other type of crossings you may come across, we've not come across them today, you may well come across them in your assessment, is there's a crossing called the Toucan crossing. Don't know if you've heard of that before.
I think so, yeah. Toucan, yeah. Do you mean cyclists and pedestrians can use it?
It means, yeah, the cyclists can ride across as well as pedestrians. They've got to dismount. And the way you can tell is you'll see the little cyclist symbol.
And we're going to turn right. Yeah, I probably could have told you that because I have read the highway code.
Yeah, okay. What sort of lighting phase has the Toucan crossing got, which is the same as another type of crossing?
Oh, same as the Puffin, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then the other type of crossings, are you doing this in an urban area, or will you be going out in the country with those crossings for this assessment?
I don't know, it starts off around the town centre where there's loads of crosses and loads of roundabouts.
Okay.
I'm going to stop on the left here.
Maybe you don't care to pull up on the left somewhere safely and convenient. I was going to say to you quickly, the other crossing you may come across is one called a Pegasus crossing or an equestrian crossing, which is...
Oh, to do with horses, isn't it?
Yeah, you get them out in the country quite a lot.
Yeah. Right, over links. Yeah. How'd that go?
Look, but well, have you got any questions for me, Tony?
No.
You know, in role, I'm saying anything you're not sure about, or anything you want me to help you with.
No.
I felt it was a little rusty at the very beginning, but I feel I did recover quite well.
Yeah, I would say that's a very fair assessment of how it went.
I dealt with the safety bits quite well, I felt.
Yeah, so let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
Breed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I quite agree with you. A little bit rusty at the beginning. You weren't really giving me positive answers to my use of signals. You were going, oh, I don't think you should be doing that. Maybe, maybe not, yeah?
Yeah.
I either should be doing it or I shouldn't be doing it, yeah?
It's wishy-washy.
Yeah, it was wishy-washy, but you nailed it in the end.
Yeah.
And then I was indicating either too early or too late. I think it was too late, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you mentioned 6 or 7 car lengths. The best thing to do is tell me when to indicate, and then I'll have an idea of how to judge it myself, yeah?
Okay. The reason I wasn't telling you, I was giving you a guide on car lengths because it was phase 2. If I was telling you, it'd be too much going to phase 1.
No, because if I get it wrong,
yeah.
Then, then it's not too much, is it? I need help.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Was it okay using the lines as a guide for car lengths?
Well, my interpretation of 6 or 7 car lengths and your interpretation of 6 or 7 car lengths, I could be talking about smart cars. You could be talking about Jags, yeah. So it's best just to tell me on 1 or 2 of them when to signal, and then I would say yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
That's fair enough, and that would go with anything, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So then we came to the pedestrian crossings.
Yeah.
Your knowledge was, and you really can't afford to have this lack of knowledge. You must know everything there is to know about pedestrian crossings, yeah. I gave you a clue that I read that I bought a copy of the Highway Code from W.H. Smith's, and I actually knew more about the boxes and the lights than you did, didn't I? Yeah.